Good evening and welcome to KMTV. I'm Andy Richards. Your top stories tonight. 5-car pile-up in Gillingham. Shoreham photographer tells his story. And SOS swimmer grateful to be alive. But first this evening, the driver of a tanker carrying liquid nitrogen had to be cut free this morning after a collision involving a number of parked cars and 5 houses. Jem Collins was at the scene.
Smoke was still billowing out of the crash site here on Marlborough Road in Gillingham this afternoon as police started preparing to recover the vehicles involved. The collision happened just after 9 a.m. this morning, involving a tanker carrying liquid nitrogen, a number of parked cars and damage to 5 terrace homes along this road, which has remained shut for most of the day. The driver of the nitrogen lorry had to be cut free by emergency services and was taken to Medway Maritime Hospital just down the road. Experts were also called to expel the gas and make sure there was no risk of an explosion, while crowds gathered to check if family and friends were okay. The driver of the Volkswagen suffered minor injuries, but miraculously no one was walking down the street at the time.
2 minutes before we was there would have been no survival. There's no way we could survive that. We could have literally walked here to see my friend who lives, what, 15 doors away, and that would have been us.
It was like a massive bang as it hit the wall, and then sort of the railings being sheared off and sort of all that metal, you know, being compacted together, really.
It's unbelievable. Never seen nothing like it in my life, never. There's cars on the side, they've got houses written off now, there's doors, windows. I've never seen nothing. I can't believe no one's been hurt.
This is Jem Collins in Gillingham for KMTV.
An amateur photographer from Kent has been telling KMTV about his horrific experience at the Shoreham Air Show. Ray Davison was filming when the jet crashed into a busy dual carriageway. Here's Joanna Earl.
An air show that I never imagined I'd ever see. Why? Because the last thing I ever expected was every air show spectator's nightmare.
Ray Davison is still in shock after his passion turned into a nightmare on Saturday. The aircraft enthusiast was at the Shoreham Air Show. He was taking pictures and videos of a hawker hunter before this devastating moment. The plane crashed into the busy A27, killing at least 11 people. Many others are expected to have lost their lives too. The jet was being flown by Andy Hill, an experienced RAF pilot. He's still in hospital in a critical condition. Mr. Davison says it will take him a long time to recover from the tragedy.
You've got to have been there to be able to feel, and I can't express now how I felt at the time. It was just sheer shock, surprise, emotion that just filled everybody. Because prior to this, she'd been doing some beautiful display work. The pilot was superb, and I seriously and honestly believe that had that pilot ejected like he could have done, despite where the aircraft was at the time, I wouldn't be sitting here on this video now. I'd be a pile of ash with a few hundred other people.
A man from Kent who went missing in the Australian outback has been speaking exclusively to KMTV. 63-year-old Jeff Keys from Dartford ran into trouble after he went swimming to visit a waterfall. Laura Garcia has been speaking to him.
With 13,000 blog visits and dozens of media requests, Dartford blogger Jeff Keys is now a bit of a celebrity.
It's been a bit mad, really. Yesterday I was just constantly Skyping people or talking on the phone or answering comments on my blog or emails and Facebooks and everything. It's just mental, really.
After 2 days of hiking barefoot through snake territory in Jardine National Park, Jeff's help message in the sand was finally spotted by Queensland police.
I leapt out into the river again, into the creek again, and was, waving madly at the helicopter. The pilot landed about 600 metres away, and he said, "Mate, there's a lot of people worried about you out there." So I said, "Oh, it's good to see you."
Undeterred from his travels, Jeff is now 2,000 kilometres away from where this all happened and has some advice for those wishing to pursue their own adventures.
adventure is just getting out of your normal life, outside of your comfort zone, and seeing a bit of the world.
Laura Garcia, KMTV News.
And finally, Anne Widdecombe dropped by the Buttercup Goat Sanctuary near Maidstone on Saturday. The former MP, who is also a patron of the charity, made her annual visit to see two goats she adopted, Nadia and Natalie. She received a warm welcome from her old friends. That's it from us this evening. We'll see you again tomorrow for more of the latest video from across Kent. Have a great evening. Goodbye.